Welcome back again. In this episode we will discuss how to write and give a test. At many times you are required to give a test to the students. You must consider that a test is a basis to find out what the students have learned over a period of time. With each test you will discover what the students learned and did not learn. You then will have to go back and teach over again what the students did not learn or had problems learning. When a course is over or you are requested to give a mid-term or final, you need to write a test. You should wonder if you are going to give a fill-in-the-blank or a written, oral or multiple-choice question. The first thing you need to do is decide on how many questions you are going to ask to ensure the final score will reflect the final test grade. That is, if the final test is 45% of the final grade, is it 45 points or 50 points? Once you do this, the rest is easy. You can look through the course book and write a test. Just find several questions from the course book and take questions out of the course book itself. It's that simple. Finding 50 questions should take less than 30 minutes to copy. Since you have made up a test, you can decide if you want to give the test again. If you do, then this is how you solve the problem of future students getting a hold of the test and knowing the answers. You make an answer sheet up. The students do not write on the test, but write on the answer sheet. You collect the test and answer sheet back. No one is allowed to leave the class before you receive both the test and question book. I've had numerous students try and take a test out of the classroom so they could sell it to other students. The next term you don't have to create a test, you just give the test booklet to the students and give a new answer sheet. Quite simple. Now you have to sit down and write the midterm or final exam. When you do this you must take into account the following. Is the test easy to administer? When you give a test you should be able to give it to the students without confusion to the students and being able to correct it on your own. Will the test show the same result if another teacher corrects it? Does it have consistent grading? In written tests, the teacher decides on the grade. This is inconsistent as one teacher may give a higher grade than another teacher. Will the grade be the same as it would be if another teacher graded it? Is it reasonably written so a student who has studied will pass it? If you write a test where the students can't understand the instructions or questions, will they be able to pass it if they didn't study? Are the questions fair and there are no questions with more than one answer? Is the test itself fair? Were the questions presented and reviewed in the classroom on numerous occasions? Is it written in text that is easily understandable? Is your grammar understandable? Many teachers give tests and they make mistakes in writing the text itself. This ends up causing confusion amongst the students. Now you have given the test, you should have an answer key to go along with the answer sheet. You can quickly go over the test and correct each test in less than 30 seconds. A full class of 50 students should take 25 minutes to correct. Once you have finished you can add their grade into your grade sheet and within 25 more minutes the entire class grade has been calculated. While this may sound easy, it isn't. There are many types of tests you may want to consider. Oral tests, where the students must talk and you grade their speaking abilities. You can grade the students after you test them. Some teachers take the students to the side and ask a series of questions while other teachers do role play and see how they react and can speak without the use of notes. Storytelling. The students tell a story to show their comprehension of what they are speaking. The other students must be able to ask questions about the story and the student doing the presentation must be able to answer the questions. Written reports. This will show students' grammar skills. You can read what they have written and correct their grammar. Remember that many times a student that is writing a report in class to be turned in will make more mistakes than a student who takes it home and turns it in a day or two later. Reading tests. The students should be able to read a short story and then either write about what they read or answer questions about what they read to show they understood the story. The major problems with this kind of test are students who lack the vocabulary skills to read the story and then answer the questions. Listening tests. Students will listen to a conversation and answer questions during the conversation, or they will write about what happened during the conversation. Portfolios. The students will have a collection of work they have done over a period of time. This will show how well they have improved and how far they have advanced. You can keep all tests in the portfolio and review it as necessary. When giving tests there is one thing that is universal: cheating. To eliminate this trait, a teacher must remember things they did when they were young to cheat, if they did at all. If not, remember what the teacher did to eliminate cheating. In Cambodia, it's normal and acceptable to cheat. The students will steal tests from the school and sell copies to other students. Recently, a newspaper article reported on this phenomenon. What they found was one Photoshop had to shut down because they were printing so many tests. When the paper asked one female student about cheating, she said, "I don't feel comfortable with myself unless I cheat." Here are a few tips to prevent cheating. Have all students facing the front of the class. If their heads move in any direction, you will notice it. Space students apart, if possible, 2 or 3 feet from each other. This way they will have to move their heads if they are going to cheat. Use 2 or 3 tests if you have a large class. This way, if a student cheats, they will be looking at a different test. Make sure all students return materials before they leave the classroom. This will prevent students from stealing tests. That is all the time we have for today. I hope to see you again.